sworn?
She needs to be sworn in, Your Honor.
Okay, would you raise your right hand for me, please? You do solemnly swear the evidence in the testimony given in this cause will be the truth, so help you God. You can have to stick right over here, please. Adjust that microphone, make it comfortable for you, and you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Could you please state your name for the record?
Erica Torres?
Erica Torres. Has your name always been Erica Torres?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know the defendant in this case?
Yes, I do.
How do you know the defendant?
He's my ex-husband.
Okay. Can you identify him by an article of clothing, please?
Yeah, he's right there, sitting in the blue shirt, stripe.
All right, let the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant. Okay. Erica, how long have you known the defendant, Mr. Billy Delgado?
I've known him since 2010.
Is that when you all first met?
Yes.
Okay, and how old were you?
I was 15,
Okay, and how old was the defendant?
20.
Okay. And when did you all start a relationship?
We started a relationship in December of 2018.
Okay. How old were you at that time?
24?
Okay.
25?
And you said he's your ex-husband. Do you have any children with the defendant?
Yes, we share a daughter.
Okay.
One.
One daughter?
Yes.
Who's that?
Esmeralda Delgado.
Okay. How many children do you have in total?
I have a total of 2 children.
All right. Are you still married to the defendant?
No, I'm not.
Okay. When did you get divorced?
Our divorce was finalized in 2025.
Okay. Why did you get divorced?
I wanted to get prior to the incident divorced already.
Okay, now sorry to stop you there. You said prior to the incident. Prior to what incident?
Prior to Billy shooting me, I was already wanting a divorce.
Okay. And why else did you want a divorce?
Well, because Billy shot me.
Okay. Thank you. How would you describe your relationship with Mr. Delgado?
It was an unhealthy relationship.
What do you mean by unhealthy?
We had our arguments, and sometimes they would escalate really bad.
Okay. Were these arguments verbal?
Most of the time, they were verbal.
Would your arguments ever get physical?
Yes.
How would they get physical?
They usually would get physical when I would try to leave the house.
Okay, and what would happen?
My hair would get pulled. I'd get grabbed from my arms or being shoved. That's how it would get physical.
How often would you all fight?
It was a constant. I mean, we would argue like any normal married people. We'd always have arguments.
Okay. And would you say these arguments were one-sided or?
No, sometimes it was me complaining about something. Sometimes it was him. They would just end up escalating.
Okay. Why would you all fight so much?
We'd argue a lot because I would complain about his drinking a lot.
Were drugs and alcohol ever involved in your fights?
Yes.
What would happen when drugs and alcohol would come into the picture?
It was just a constant badgering and complaining and name calling.
Okay. And how would these fights escalate?
With time, after the weeks or days, It was just a constant, and at one point I would decide that I'm gonna leave, and that's when things would always escalate. Every time that I would try to leave.
Why would things escalate when you would try to leave?
Because Billy didn't want me to be leaving the house.
Why didn't he want you to be leaving the house?
He thought that the best way to fix things is by me staying there and talking why we're arguing or why we're fighting or how can we fix this.
And were you all just talking?
No, he was just complaining and nagging and always telling me things.
What kind of things would he tell you?
I was a whore, I was a slut, I cheated on him, I've lied to him, I am a horrible person, I was called every name in the book there.
Okay. And how often would you say these types of arguments that would get physical happen?
It was just sporadically.
Okay, and did you and Mr. Delgado always live in Laredo?
No.
Where else did you all live?
We've lived in Arlington, Texas, Mansfield, Texas, and San Antonio and Laredo.
Okay. When you all got married, where did you all start living?
We were living in San Antonio.
San Antonio? And were you all still arguing at that time while you were living in San Antonio?
Yes.
During what time period were you living in San Antonio?
A little bit towards or midway of COVID, and then till 2022, I believe.
Okay, and how was your relationship during COVID?
It was a crazy time.
Why would you say that it was crazy?
I was working, he wasn't working, he was taking care of the kids, or because it was COVID and there was nothing to do, his drinking got even worse during the COVID time.
How did it get worse?
It was a constant thing. It was a constant. The minute he would wake up till the next day or till he went to bed.
And was it just drinking?
I don't think so.
Okay. So, permission to approach, Your Honor, the witness?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 48.
Yes.
Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
My initials are on it.
And you've observed the video on this USB?
Yes, I have.
Is it a true and accurate depiction of what it portrays to be?
Yes, it is.
Has it been altered in any shape or form?
No, it has not.
All right, thank you. I'll tender to defense for any objection. State's Exhibit 48.
It's the video one. It's the video. The one, the car.
Any objection?
No objection.
All right. Your Honor, at this time we move to enter State's Exhibit 48.
Submitted?
And Your Honor, at this time, permission to publish State's Exhibit 48.
Yes.
Thank you. We could just have a minute, Your Honor. published State's Exhibit 48. When did it start getting physical, your relationship?
Around 2020.
Around 2020?
Mm-hmm.
And you stayed with Mr. Delgado until when?
2023.
2023?
Mm-hmm.
And when it would get physical, why wouldn't you ever call the police?
Because I knew I was not going to leave him yet. He's the father of my child. We were married. I loved him. Like, I always tried to see the good and what was going to be able to happen with us.
Now,
Stop hitting me, please. Will you take me to San Antonio? I'm not on. Okay.
all right. Can you please explain to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what are we looking at in this video?
We're looking at a video that Billy took on our way to San Antonio.
Okay, who's in the car?
Billy, myself, and my 2 daughters.
Okay, and what's happening in this video?
We were on our way to San Antonio. Billy decided to turn back because we were late. I had to be in court, and we were late.
All right, and you sound pretty excited. Why are you so upset in the video?
I was upset because since I had to be in San Antonio, if I was not there, I would have gotten arrested, and he knew that.
Why did you need to go to San Antonio?
I needed to appear due to my probation.
Okay. And why were you on probation?
I had already, it's called a judification.
Deferred adjudication?
Yes.
Okay.
With a prior incident with Billy, for putting my hands on him.
Okay. Now, prior to this happening, what started this argument?
This argument started since the morning because we were late. We were late and...
You were late to where?
To court.
Okay, and where were you?
Where were we?
Yes.
On our way to San Antonio.
From where?
From Laredo.
Okay.
And he kept saying that we were going to be late, that he was going to turn around, that he didn't see the point of him having to take me all the way over there, that we were going to be late either way.
Okay. And why were you going with Mr. Delgado that day?
Because he insisted. He called into work, said that he couldn't go to work, that because he had to take me to San Antonio, that he had to take, exactly I don't know what he told work, but he said that he couldn't work. And he insisted. My mom was originally supposed to take me to San Antonio, and he insisted that he would take me. And my parents, my dad gave him money as well for gas to make sure that he took me because he was insisting to be the one to take me.
Okay.
Stop hitting me, please.
Will you take me to San Antonio?
I'm not
I
on.
will pay you if you take me to San Antonio.
Oh, baby, you put yourself in this situation and I
Always me! Daddy sending me to jail. Mommy, not taking me to San Antonio.
Very hard.
Daddy sending me to jail.
I'm not ready for this.
All right. What child's voice are we hearing in this video?
That's Emmy.
Is that the child that you share with Mr. Delgado?
Yes, I do.
And why is she crying?
She's upset because Billy and I are arguing back and forth, and she sees her dad.
Okay. What is that the only child that's in the vehicle at this time?
No, my oldest daughter's as well.
Okay.
Billy, I'm asking you to help me turn around.
No, baby, son, let go.
Let go of her. Walk
I'm
off.
not. Call your mom. I can drop you off at your mom's work. Okay.
Why did you ask Billy to pull over?
Because I wanted to get out of the car. I need to get to San Antonio one way or another. And if he was going to drive all the way back home, for sure I was going to even be more late.
Okay. Could you have just opened the door and gotten off?
No, we were on the highway.
Okay.
I do this to myself anymore. I keep telling myself that everything's gonna be okay. No.
Mom, Billy's not taking me to San Antonio. He's here crying like a baby back bitch because we're late. Mom, I need to get to San Antonio. I already called my fucking probation officer. He doesn't want to.
So, real quick, I paused it. Who are you talking to on the phone?
My mom.
And what are you telling her?
I'm telling her that I need to get to San Antonio and that Billy doesn't want to take me.
Okay. Now,
Mom, Billy's not taking me to San Antonio. He's here crying like a baby back bitch because we're late. Mom, I need to get to San Antonio. I already called my fucking probation officer.
sorry, could you just look at the video real quick? I'm gonna rewind it right there. What is Billy doing there?
Looking down at the phone.
Why do you think he's looking down at the phone?
Because he knew I was already going to leave. He knew I was already getting ready to leave him.
We were on our way and now he turned around. Mom, I really need to get to San Antonio.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm done like that.
You said he's done? Because I kept telling him I'm in this fucking mess because of you in the first place. He literally is turning back to Central Laredo, Mom.
Ah, stop hitting me! The girls are in the car! We're gonna crash!
Park right here. Park.
You told Mr. Delgado there that you were in this mess because of him in the first place. Why is that?
Billy used to complain a lot that our money was going to my probation. And I would always tell him, like, well, these are the consequences. At this time, he didn't want me working. And as well, because of the charges that I had, it was really difficult for me to get a job.
Why didn't he want you working?
Billy would say that I would sleep with everybody in the office. He didn't like it. He didn't like the fact that I would be working with other male individuals.
How did you know that he didn't like that either you were working with other male individuals?
Because the times that we would get into arguments, that's what he would bring up. I was never able to keep a job for more than 2 to 3 months because he would either constantly be calling, he would even call to the offices, or he would just show up randomly
Randomly to where?
to my job
And what would he do?
just to see what I was doing.
And how did that affect your employment?
Well, the constant calling, because sometimes I wouldn't answer, like it would cause problems by the time I would get home, and it was constant problems. And sometimes I wouldn't be able to go to work the next day. And unfortunately, I wasn't even able to complete 90 days. So they would end up either firing me, or I would end up having just to quit because I couldn't be going to work.
Okay, we're gonna crash!
Right here. My mom is coming.
Okay, I'll get into the little
Park
phone.
right here.
Let me on the phone with her.
He is done.
Let me talk to her.
Look.
Let me talk to
He's
her.
right there.
Where can I meet you, Eddie?
Mom, I really need you to take this test so you won't run out of fucking please.
I'm not gonna do it.
Pull over right here, please, please.
I'm gonna drop you off where your mom's work is at.
Oh my God, Mom, I already called my lawyer. He said that I better clear me. And so I can not have to go to jail.
We weren't even gonna make it.
You're telling your mom that you spoke to your lawyer?
Yes, I had spoken to my public defender, and he did tell me that I had to be there, and if I was not there, they were going to issue a warrant out for my arrest, and I'd be in jail until I go see, my probation would be removed, and I'd be waiting till I see the judge.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say nothing about what happened, but tell your mom whatever you want. I will. Erica, you can't fight me in the street! Erica, we're gonna crash! And we're gonna fucking die!
I don't care. I'd rather
All right. There you said that you'd rather die than, and I'm going to quote you, that you'd rather die than go to fucking jail. Why did you say that?
I don't want to go to jail. I didn't want to have to know that I was going to leave my girls for I don't know how long. I don't know how long the system takes over there.
Did you really mean that you'd rather die?
No, I didn't. It was just a figure of speech at the time. I was upset. I was riled up because I needed to get to San Antonio.
And why couldn't you get off the vehicle?
Because it was moving and he wouldn't let me out.
Okay.
Everybody.
You're a fucking piece of shit,
not-
mate.
I'm not-
You're the biggest piece of
Okay,
shit
okay.
who sent his wife to fucking
Okay,
jail.
okay.
Why you're all fucking look at that now.
Are you putting your hands on Billy here?
No,
What are you doing?
looking out the window.
But at any point in time, did you hit him during the course of this video?
I did.
How did you hit him? And why did you feel the urge to hit him?
I was very frustrated because my mom was supposed to take me. She was supposed to take me and he insisted on taking me. He insisted and insisted and insisted, and my dad gave him money and everything to make sure that I got there. And then for him to just, oh, we're gonna be late. You're already gonna be late. Like, we're not going, I'm going back. Like, it was so frustrating because my mom told me not to, she's like, I'll take you. Like, she's always told me, don't, like, I'll take you and you can, like, let him go to work. And no, I didn't listen. I was like, no, let him take me, he'll take me. And I should have listened to my mom.
Send the $40
I am.
Send me the $40 now.
Get it.
There at the end, you're asking him to send you $40. What were those $40?
My dad had given him $40 to put in gas.
Okay. So you mentioned you were on your way to San Antonio, and let me ask you, what was the outcome of your probation?
They just extended it. They just added on to the probation. I was able to make it. I was late 30 minutes.
Okay, well, hold on, before we get to that, then let me ask you, did you ever get off this car?
Yes, I did. I got off at mile marker 13. I was still actually on the highway. There was 2 trailers in between us, so I was able to get myself and my 2 daughters out of the vehicle. And we walked to the TA, which is a truck stop, and I waited for my mom there at the truck stop with my 2 daughters.
Did you get off on the highway or the access road?
Were you the exit?
Okay.
On the exit, there was 2 trailers. We were still on the exit when I got off.
And you walked?
Hmm?
Okay. Who ended up picking you up?
My mom.
Who did your mom pick up that day?
My mom picked up myself and my 2 daughters at the truck stop.
And were you all able to make it to San Antonio?
Yes, we did make it to San Antonio. I was about 30 minutes late, and the judge was nice enough to wait for me.
Okay. And did your probation end?
Yes, it did. It ended due to the fact that I was in the hospital, and I was unable to comply with my probation due to the hospitalization.
And why are you in the hospital?
I was in the hospital because Billy shot me.
Now, was there ever anything that alarmed you leading up to the date of June 1st, 2024?
No.
Uh,
Well, I didn't think he was going to hurt me physically. I thought he would just, call my probation, something to have to do with my probation to extend it even longer. But I never thought that he would shoot me.
Was there ever a time or event where you felt threatened by Mr. Delgado?
I have. Usually always when he would tell me, like, I'm going to call your probation officer, and I'm going to tell them this, and I have the upper hand. Nobody's gonna believe you. You're the abuser. You already have charges. So, yes, I did.
Was there ever, because Kayla testified previously that she had heard over the phone of Mr. Delgado threatening you one time.
On May 19, on the day of my birthday, I met him at a gas station to exchange our daughter. And he walked up to my vehicle, put my daughter in the car seat, tied her up. He made a comment regarding my vehicle. He then proceeded to walk to the vehicle he was in, pulled up to my vehicle, and let me know that for me to enjoy my last birthday and to enjoy my smiles and laugh, because it was going to be my last.
What did you think about that comment at that time?
I thought he was going to do something to try to extend my probation. Like I said, he would always threaten me with the probation. So that's what I thought. And I had voiced it to my mother, my cousins. My cousin Kayla was on the line and she heard. She asked me if he threatened me, and I did confirm. I was like, yes, he did threaten me. And she was like, okay, well, she asked me how I felt about it, and I explained to her. But again, I had voiced it to my mother, and I had voiced it to his mom as well, because she had called me about 2 hours after I had swapped with Billy.
All right. Let's talk about the date in question, June 1st, 2024. Where were you that morning?
In the morning,
Yes.
I had gone to go have brunch with my cousin Kayla and 2 other friends, and this was maybe around 10:30.
Okay. And what happened while you were there at brunch?
I got a call from Emmy, from Billy's phone, and she let me know she was with her dad, asked me what I was doing. I told her I was having brunch, and I hear Billy tell Emmy, tell your mom you'll call her later. And she tells me, Mom, I'll call you later. I told her, okay. She hung up.
Okay. And what did you do after that?
I proceeded to go to the mall. Then from there I went home. I got dressed. A friend of mine called me. I went over to their house. While I was there at their house, I received a call from Billy. He sounded very apurado, like rushed, like urgency. And all he told me was, I can't do this anymore. You need to come get Emmy now. Don't ask any questions. And he hangs up. And I am like calling him back because I'm fearing for my daughter. Like I said, he sounded irrational. He sounded very like unaware, like something was happening. So I was worried for my daughter. I kept calling him back, and if I'm not mistaken, I sent him a message asking him like what's going on. Never answered, never replied back. I think I ended up messaging telling him to answer my phone call. And I cannot recollect if he did call me back or not. But I had gotten on the line with my cousin Kayla because I told her, can you stay on the line with me so he doesn't fight with me? He will not argue with me if you're on the line. And she said yes.
Why did you think that having Kayla there would stop Billy from fighting you?
Billy doesn't act, he likes to portray like he's this good person. Or not a good person, but like a good personality. Like he has character. So he's not gonna wanna act the way he acts with me in front of Kayla, because then she can say like, well, he does act like that.
Okay. So was Kayla able to go with you?
No, she was not able to. So I asked her to stay on the line with me.
Okay. So while she's on the line with you, what did you do after that?
I was approaching Billy's house, well, his apartment complex, and as I'm approaching, I see Billy walking what was down towards my vehicle.
Okay, let me stop you there. So when you're approaching his apartment, how does Billy look?
I cannot say how he looked while he was walking because everything happened so fast. I heard 3 bangs on my windshield as I was going, and the only thing I remember seeing is literally his hand as I turned to the side as I was passing him, and just hearing gunshot after gunshot after gunshot.
So, and if I could have the witness stand, Your Honor, to demonstrate to the jury, how do you remember seeing Billy? If you could stand up and show the jury.
Just straight out with his hand, like as if nothing, like just shooting completely. No care in the world, no facial expression. It was like, I'm gonna shoot her. And then I tried to drive away.
You can take a seat. Thank you. Now, how did you come to realize that he was shooting at you?
I came to a realization that I got shot because I felt like I couldn't breathe. I kept trying to gasp for air, and as I was gasping for air, I felt like something was tying around my waist so tight. And I just, if I'm not mistaken, I had dropped my phone, and I was able to pick up my phone again. And I confirmed to I told my cousin, like I looked down to see my abdomen, and I just see red on my dress. And I'm holding my abdomen as tight as I can, and I confirmed to her that Billy did shoot me, and I told her I'm going to the hospital, and I drive away.
Now, real quick before you drove away, what sensation or how did your body feel at that time?
My body was in so much pain. I didn't even know where pain was radiating from, but I couldn't feel. I could just feel, again, like a rope being tied around my waist and me unable to breathe. And I know for a fact that at one point I did lose consciousness. But I was in excruciating pain. Excruciating.
Now, at that point in time before you drove off, did you know how many times you had gotten shot by the defendant?
No.
You know, how were you dressed that day?
I was wearing a green dress, some sandals, my hair done, makeup.
After you got shot, did you look at yourself?
Yes, I stopped the vehicle to look at my body, but not to look at my body, see where I got shot, but like to see where pain was coming from, and it was coming from my abdomen. That is where I felt like, that's where I was assuming that's where all the pain was coming from, because I was radiating pain from my back to my arms, my hands. I kept passing out. I just did not want to die.
What injuries did you observe on yourself at that point in time?
Just the one on my abdomen.
So, after you were shot, what did you do?
I stopped, saw, and I remember taking off to get to LMC hospital.
Why did you want to get to LMC hospital?
Because Billy had shot me, and I knew I needed to get to the hospital.
Were you afraid of dying?
Yes, I was terrified to die and to leave my girls. That is the one thing that I could not stop. And granted, I was on my way to go pick up Emmy, and the last thing that I heard from Emmy was, "You need to come and pick her up." And I was unable to do that. So I had just wondering what was going on with my daughter.
Where did you drive yourself that day? Did you drive yourself to LMC?
No, I crashed. I wasn't even aware that I had crashed when I woke up in the hospital.
Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor?
Yes.
if you could mark on this map, this is already states demonstrative. Where were you at the time when you picked up Emmy?
This is Smith Street.
Or when you were going to Billy's house to pick up Emmy? This is Smith Street and this is Reynolds.
Smith. And then Clark's over here.
Okay, so that's where you were right there?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you...
I drove down.
Mhm.
I had stopped about right here and I drove down the rest. And as exiting Smith Street, I don't remember turning or going anywhere through here.
So you have no recollection of that?
I have no recollection of it leaving Smith Street.
Okay. What's the last thing you remember after driving away that day?
When I drove away, I was in and out of consciousness, and I remember seeing somebody next to me, but I don't know if it was a woman, I don't know if it was a man, and I do recollect I heard my cousin's voice. I don't remember seeing her.
Okay. Who else do you remember speaking with that day?
After the crash?
Yeah, I guess after the crash.
Or like once I crashed,
But
it would be...
Do you remember speaking to anyone after you had crashed?
No, like I said, I don't know. I know somebody opened my door. I don't remember if I said anything, but I do remember that whoever did open my door, I did tell them my mom's name, my mom's info. I let them know that Billy Delgado, my husband at the time, shot me, and he lived on Smith Street. And then I told them I didn't want them to take my daughters, that for him not to take my daughters, like, that was my main concern, my daughter.
After the crash, what's the next thing you remember?
I woke up in the hospital.
Okay. When would you say you woke up in the hospital? When did you regain consciousness?
That I was aware of my surroundings and everybody around me and able to recollect the night before would probably be the last couple of weeks of July. The last week of July.
The last week of July?
Yeah.
And this incident happened when?
On June 1st?
So from June 1st to the last week of July, you had no recollection?
No. I didn't know what was happening.
Did you know how many surgeries you had undergone at that point in time?
None.
Did you know where you were?
I knew I was in a hospital, I just didn't know where I was at.
What hospital were you at?
I was at University Hospital in San Antonio, Texas.
And when you regained consciousness, how did you feel at that point in time?
Pain. Pain. I felt so much pain that I wanted to die at one point. I did ask to stop. I did not want to live anymore at one point. The pain was absolutely horrible. It was excruciating, and as much meds as they would give me, nothing would work. I wanted to die at one point. I thought it was better.
Do you remember what you were thinking or what you thought at the moment you woke up?
I wanted to know what happened to me. I wanted to know what happened to my girls. I wanted to know where they were at. I wanted to know who they were with. My main concern was my girls when I woke up. And then after that, I started to ask, what happened to Billy? Where is Billy? Is he in jail? Am I safe? Am I not safe? After that, my family really did not want to tell me the extent to everything because I was unable to see because I was trached. I was unable to look down and look at my abdomen. I wasn't allowed to move. They didn't want to tell me. They didn't know how I was going to react to all the injuries that I had or to see what was going on with my abdomen. But They had to tell me, and it was horrible.
How did you feel when you heard about all your injuries?
I was in shock, and to my disbelief, I cannot believe that I lived. And the only thing I could also think about was the quality of life that I was going to have after the hospital, because there was no way to know what was going to happen.
And how long did you stay in the hospital for?
I was there for 363 days. 2 days shy from 1 year.
Did you incur any medical expenses because of this?
Yes, I have medical expenses. I have traveling expenses, my daughter's expenses, my own medical expenses.
What type of issues, if any, came about after the car crash? Did you have any insurance issues?
Yes.
Like what?
My health insurance isn't the best. So some things I do have to pay out of pocket. I have a medical bill that's crazy.
Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor?
Sir.
I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 49, 50, and 51. Do you recognize these photos?
Yes.
How do you recognize them?
These were taken this past weekend, and they're my abdomen, the deformity of my abdomen, actually. After all the surgeries, yeah.
Okay. And are they a true and accurate depiction of what they portray to be?
Yes, they are. And actually, that's still a stitch that sticks out.
Okay, thank you. I'll now tender to defense for any objection. State's Exhibit 49 to 51.
You approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Permission to publish, Your Honor, on the envelope?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, Erica, I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 51. What are we looking at here in State's Exhibit 51?
That is my abdomen.
Okay, and where is this photo taken from?
It was taken on Sunday.
Okay, so you would agree that this is your current state?
Yes, it is my current state, and on the very top, there's a small little loop. That loop right there, that is still an opening that I have. I do still have leakage from the inside out, and that little clear fishing line that it looks, it's an actual stitch.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been previously marked as State's Exhibit 50. What are we looking at here?
That is my right side of my abdomen. I got a skin infection there and had skin grafting done as well. The crease is where I had an ileostomy done. Those other two puncture holes are where I had tubes in and out. Where that line is towards the bottom, there's a line. That is as well where I had a tube in there. Tubes were there for drainage and Ileostomy was there as because my colon was sewed. My colon was closed, so I had to poop in a bag.
How would you describe the current condition of your skin?
Horrible. I have no confidence at all in my abdomen.
I'm going to show you finally what's been marked as State's Exhibit 49. What are we looking at here?
That is my left side, and as well the indentation all the way down, that is another skin graft for where I got an infection from the shooting. I ended up septic. And then that hole that's right there is a GJ tube. That is where,
This over here?
yes,
Okay, what was that?
that is the GJ tube, and that is where I was receiving food for about 4 months.
4 months? What, if anything, do you have to do now or wear because of these injuries to your core, your abdomen?
I wear a full girdle. It tightens my abdomen to where I'm able to hold. Due to the extensive surgeries that I've had, I have no abdominal muscle. I do have still stitching from the inside where I cannot lift anything 10 pounds. I have to lift 10 pounds or less, and I cannot do so much force because if not, I will end up herniating. And due to that, no surgeon, no doctor will have any surgical procedure on my abdomen area because I have no skin, and 2, they can nick my intestine and I can go septic again, and it's probably fatal.
And who's responsible for all of this?
Billy, when he shot me.
Thank you. Do you know how many surgeries that you've had during the course of this time?
Yes, if I'm aware, about more than 20 some procedures, maybe even more than 30
Procedures because of this?
because of this. Yes, I was told by my doctors that at the beginning of me being in the hospital, I was going in 2 to 3 times out of the day sometimes for surgery.
For surgery. And you said that you can't have a surgery because of the skin graft. What did you mean by that?
The way the doctors explained to me is that just cutting the skin, that skin doesn't regenerate. Like it's not as elastic as our normal skin. It's taken from one body part to another, so it doesn't stretch like normal skin anymore.
So is it safe to say that Mr. Delgado left you in a fragile state?
Yes, he did.
Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Erica.
Good afternoon.
Erica, the prosecutor started by showing you a video that I tendered to them about the incident.
Yes,
Okay. You had time to review that with the prosecutor?
yes, I did.
You made some statements like in the video that that you just rather die. What was that? What was that about?
It was a figure of speech. I did not want to go to jail.
Okay. You said the reason you were going to San Antonio was because you put hands on Billy?
Yes, our neighbor had called the police and for disturbance, and Billy was outside. They saw him first. They asked him questions, and then they arrested me.
And did you plead guilty in that case?
No.
Did you plead guilty in that case?
I did a
Yeah,
judification.
but in order for you to get on probation, you have to plead guilty.
I'm going to object, Your Honor. May we approach?
No contest?
Yes, Your Honor. That's a misstatement of the law.
Well, this,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the jury also staying the objection. There is a plea that can be taken called a no contest plea where you do not admit guilt, but you plead no contest to the charges, or you plead guilty. Either way, the court can place you on deferred adjudication. If she knows what she did, you can ask her.
yes.
Not sure if she does.
Do you know what type of plea you entered?
The judification, they told me that it wasn't going to be considered as a guilty plea, but like another second chance.
What did they tell you that basically it's the judge is not going to find you guilty after you finish your term of probation? You will not be found guilty, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But when you went in front of the judge, they asked you how you plead. What did you say?
I don't recall because it was through Zoom, and I really don't recall.
Okay, but you do admit on, using your words, putting hands on Billy,
Yes, I do.
not assaulting him, right?
No,
You didn't assault him, you just put hands on him.
I was defending myself.
Okay. Just like on the video, the prosecutor asked you, how were you touching him? And you said like this. You just stretched out your arm like that.
No, I smacked my hand.
You smacked your hand.
I smacked.
So did
I
you
didn't
put-
place my hand out.
You smacked him.
Exactly.
Is that putting hands on him?
Yes.
Okay. Is that what you call putting hands?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Have you done that more than 2 times?
We both have.
I'm asking you, have you done that to him more than 2 times?
Yes.
How many times?
I cannot recall.
You cannot recall? More than 10?
I can't recall exactly a number
Okay. Have you ever had an incident with your brothers?
with my brothers.
Yeah.
There was
Where-
one case, yes.
There was one case?
There was one case, but it,
I'm going to object, Your Honor, to evidence, Judge.
It's under the family violence, Judge. It's a brother.
Your Honor, he's changing the focus and it's shifting to a different person. We're talking about the dynamic of the dating relationship, Judge.
Judge, it's my way of cross-examination. How can you be
Okay,
commenting?
I'll overrule the objection. You can inquire.
Okay, so did you also put hands on your brother?
yes.
Where, did the police show up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what happened to you?
I got arrested.
So, at least twice that I know of, one with your brother and one with Billy, you've been arrested for assault, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other times for assault?
For assault, this last time in the video.
Okay, so that was 3 times?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, at least 3 times you've used your hands, right?
Yes.
To defend yourself?
Yes.
Okay. You keep talking about your girls, that you wanted to be with them, but, I mean, have you ever taken actions inconsistent with that, where you're trying to take care of them?
I do take care of my daughters.
But when someone's driving and you're smacking the other person that's driving, how is that taking care of your daughters?
I understand my actions are not reasonable, and yes, but I did lose my... I was in a state of mind of where I did not want to go to jail. Okay?
Have you ever done something else where your daughters were in the vehicle and it wasn't probably the proper thing to be doing?
Yes.
When was that?
I got arrested for it's the DUI.
And your kids were in the car?
My daughter, my oldest daughter, was in the car.
Under 15?
Yes, she was under 15.
So that's a felony?
I am not aware with the law and exactly what is a felony and a misdemeanor. I'm sorry.
You already have a court date for that, right?
Yes.
And that's, that's something you shouldn't be doing with your daughter if you really love your daughters, right?
I understand.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Ma'am, you got separated back in 2023 or was it 24?
23.
23. And while you were on, you said your deferred adjudication, there was an order placed that you shouldn't make any contacts with the victim.
The victim himself wanted me to live with him, and he had spoken to the probation officer, and the probation officer explained to him, and he said that no, he wanted me to live there and that we were going to work things out.
And you did not work it out because you separated, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So according to you, Billy always wanted to be with you. It came to a point in times where you just said it's done. One of you two said it's done and you separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And where were you living at that time?
I always had to be the one to leave. He would never leave the house. So I always had to pack myself and pack my girls' clothes. Sometimes I wasn't always allowed to leave with my girls' clothes. So I would pack my car and I would leave. Living in San Antonio, I didn't have much family in San Antonio. I had an uncle in San Antonio, and I had only his family in San Antonio. So sometimes I would go to his aunt's house or I would go to his mom's house, but usually I would always have to drive back. Didn't matter the time. I've driven before 2-3 o'clock in the morning because I had to leave. And I'd be driving from San Antonio to Laredo.
And there's been times where you've been driving at 2 or 3 in the morning and you drop him off miles away from his house, right?
No,
No?
I dropped him off at his house one time because he didn't like the fact that I didn't want to answer a phone call. And he told me to take him back home. And I told him I was not his Uber, that I would leave him right here at the gas station. And I did. I dropped him off at the gas station, and that was it.
You're not his Uber. Is that
No.
what you said? That's pretty cold of you to be doing that in the middle of the night.
He's a
Don't you agree?
30-some-year-old. No, it's not.
I'm going to object, Your Honors, as to argumentative.
Overruled.
I mean, you're putting someone's life at risk.
That I
mean,
dropped him off at a
Objection,
gas.
objection, That's a speculation, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Don't you think that's putting somebody at risk? Just dropping
I
them
didn't
off
drop
at the
him
gas
off at
station.
2-3 in the morning. If I recall, that day that I dropped him off, it was 9:40, and I know for a fact because I called his mom right after to let her know what had happened, and she said, "Leave him there."
Is that in San Antonio or here in Laredo?
Here in Laredo.
Okay. And how many times did you do that?
One time.
Just one time.
Mhm.
Even though we've heard testimony, there was more than one time.
I don't recall any of those other times.
You didn't kick him out of the house at that hour of the night?
At what
I'm going to
time?
object, Your Honor, to relevance, Judge.
Overruled.
I don't know what time I kicked him out
Okay,
the
so
house.
You're saying you never did.
Out of my home?
When you're separated, you're living alone. Did you have Billy come over? Did you
No.
pick him up and take him over there, or somebody dropped him off and then you got in an argument and you kicked him out?
Yes. I'd pick him up, he'd come over, he's supposed to use my vehicle to go look for a job. And he didn't like at the fact that I had rules in my home. It wasn't his home. It was my home.
Okay, and then if he didn't find a job during the day, why did it take you so long till 2 o'clock in the morning to kick him out of the house?
Because he was just arguing with me, and I told him the door's right there. If you don't want to be here, the door is right there. You can leave. And he would leave.
You did not offer to give him a ride at all?
No, I'm not. I have to go to work the next day.
Ma'am, I saw you as you walked in. You're able to walk, you're able to function normally. Are you working at this time?
No, I'm not.
Have you filed for disability?
I have been, but I have not been approved for disability.
But you have filed.
Yes, I have.
Is there something that you can't do, type?
I don't have energy. I don't process food like anybody else.
So you just lack energy.
I
tired.
lack energy. I have PTSD. I have trauma. I'm unable to drive due to the PTSD that I have.
So you're at home most of the time?
I am at home for right now. Yes.
All right. and you're telling us that you're not gonna be able, you're not gonna be able to work anymore.
I don't know. I'm always going to be in recovery for all the injuries that I have. I don't know when I'll be able to work. My doctors at this time have told me I am unable to work.
Have they told you that at a point in time you'll be able to work?
They don't know.
They don't know either.
They don't know. They tell me they don't have a time.
So there's a possibility that you will be able to work.
Yes, there is.
Okay, great. Good for you, Erica.
Thank you.
Okay? 'Cause we all hope that you do get better and you're able to have a normal life, okay?
Thank you.
All right. When you were separated, you were working at the time, right?
Yes.
And what kind of job did you have?
I was an alternate administrator for a provider agency, and as well as data clerk for a home health agency. At the time of the shooting, those were my two jobs.
Okay, before the time of the shooting, what else did you, what kind of job were you have?
I was a waitress.
At what place?
I'm gonna object, Your Honor, as to relevance, Judge.
Judge, it's taking her a few seconds to answer. I just want to know what the answer is. Where is she a waitress at? What bar?
Your Honor, it's not relevant, Judge.
All right, I'll sustain the objection.
Okay, were, other than just being waitressing at that place, were you doing something different? Like where you had to perform or anything?
Objection
Oh, no.
as to,
No.
may we approach, Your Honor?
I'll sustain the objection.
I'm also gonna ask the court to advise counsel to not do that, because this is the second time you do that today, going against the court's orders, Judge, and asking questions against the court's orders.
I asked a different question, Judge, so I don't.
I didn't recall ordering anything in that regard, but, yeah, let's abide by the motions in limine, if you would, Mr. Vega. Let's proceed.
Okay. Erica, okay, so you had a different type of job, and then you were working as administrative assistant, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, since that last job you had, and the after the incident, there's been no more. You've been out for a whole year, so you haven't really started looking for a job. You can't right now. You can't, right?
No.
Okay. And who's taking care of your daughter since you can't take care of them?
I'm taking care of them.
But that requires a lot of energy to chase them.
Well, no, I have an 11-year-old and a 5-year-old,
Right.
and they are aware of my condition, and my daughters are well-rounded, and they understand that I can cook for them, I can, be around them and watch them.
Okay, so you're able to take care of your daughters.
Hmm.
Great. While you were contemplating divorce, I mean, there was no orders in place to keep Billy away from his daughter, right?
I never kept him away from his daughter. I tried to co-parent the best way that I could.
All right, and there was an order put in place so he can't see his daughter.
Those were his decisions to shoot me. That was placed because of what he did.
Did he do anything to his daughter?
That I'm aware of, no.
Okay, so why would they want to keep him away from his daughter?
No object as to relevance, Your Honor,
Overruled.
and speculation as well, Judge.
Why would they want to keep him away from his daughter?
I don't know. That wouldn't be a question for me.
Is that more of an action of hatred? Like
To
trying to get
who?
him back for him?
Objection to asked and
No.
answered, Your Honor. She already said she doesn't know.
Okay.
I was unconscious
Overruled.
when the protective order was placed.
Do you agree to remove it so he can see his daughter?
No.
Okay, so why not?
He is somebody that is willing to put his daughter in harm's.
He didn't put his daughter in harm.
He did.
How?
By shooting me while his daughter was upstairs.
His daughter didn't witness any of that.
She heard it, and she knows very well what her dad did.
Who told her that? You? Your mom?
She says it.
Who?
She said it. She heard the gunshots.
Right. She didn't see anything happen. She was never placed in harm's way. Was she?
To me, she was.
To you, she was. Okay, and that was the reason you used to basically just terminate his rights with his daughter.
That was his choice.
And you're saying that that's just not, just out of
That was his
retaliation and
choice.
hatred, isn't it?
No.
Objection, Your Honor. Asked and answered, and also argumentative, Judge.
All right. I'll overrule the objection. You can answer, ma'am, if you know.
No, I believe they were his choices that caused this.
Judge, that's all the questions I have with this witness.
Redirect.
Yes, Your Honor. Brief redirect. Mr. Vega asked you right now, or he commented how you walked in normally. I'm showing you State's Exhibit 51 again. How is your life normal now?
My life isn't normal. I do not eat meals like everybody else. I eat very small meals. I am not allowed to eat any fast food whatsoever. My digestive system is so complex that it scares me all the time because I do not know if I'm going to burst my intestine. I don't know if I ate too much. I don't know if I ate too little. I'm unable to sometimes store energy. Just the simple food that I eat, from the energy of having to process the food, I get tired. Simply tired, exhausted. You could see it in my face. My blood pressure runs low. I'm pale. I feel like I'm gonna pass out.
Are you on medications at this time?
Yes, I am on medication.
How many medications are you on?
At the moment, I am on 4 medications that I take, which are all due to, one is for my abdomen. The other 2 are for the anxiety and the depression that I have. And then I take one for whenever I have nausea. If I throw up too much, I can burst my incisions that I have on the inside, which would cause leakage in my abdomen and having to go to the hospital again.
Do you take any medications for pain?
I don't. I choose not to take medication for pain because it makes me really drowsy. So I don't take medication for pain, nor do I take any medication for my nerves, my nerve pain.
So how do you feel right now?
I'm in pain. I'm in pain when I walk. As I'm sitting down right now, my back is hurting really bad. I can walk, but I can only walk for a certain amount of time. I have a double compound fracture on my right foot, which is a bone not healing. It's held with screws and plates.
How did you get that injury on your leg?
When Billy shot me and when I crashed, I came to find out that I broke my foot when I crashed.
Now, you mentioned that you can't drive due to PTSD. Why can't you drive?
1, because my abdomen is still open. 2, it's all the anxiety and the PTSD that I have. I kind of sometimes lose track. Certain things, loud noises, bangs, honking, or if I see another vehicle and I feel like they're gonna hit me, I start panicking and I just freeze. I don't do anything.
Did you have PTSD prior to the date of June 1st, 2024?
No, prior to June 1st, I lived a very freely, carefree life. I really never believed anything bad would happen.
Do you want to be normal?
I would like to. I would not like to feel like I'm crawling on my skin all the time. The anxiety that I have it's not a body experience. I don't have control over myself. I don't have control on the way I can feel. And it absolutely feels horrible due to the fact that I never had to feel this before. Never had to feel it. I never had to feel having to look over my shoulder all the time.
Why do you feel like you have to look over your shoulder all the time?
Because I don't trust anybody. I don't trust nobody that's around me all the time.
And why is that?
Because I trusted somebody and I trusted that they would not do something like this, and they ended up doing it. And the one person that stated that they loved me ended up being the one to do this.
And who was that?
Billy.
Pass the witness.
You mentioned that Billy may have had a problem with alcohol, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, do you think that all the abuse that you gave him might have led to that?
No, he was already...
Did he get treatment for it?
That I'm aware of, he did go and get some treatment for it.
I know there was an incident where you know, you might have a habit, I don't know, but did you ever get treatment?
No.
No? Okay. That's all I have, Judge.
Your Honor, we have nothing further. We just want to admit state's demonstrative 3, just for the record.
No objection.
Submitted.
And nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
Okay, subject to recall, either side.
Yes, subject to recall for punishment.
All right. Ma'am, you've been released for the first phase of the trial, so you're welcome to leave or stay in the courtroom, whatever you want to do, but you'll be on call in the event we reach the second stage.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You can step down and do what you want to do as far as staying or going.